Good evening, and welcome to World in 5, your trusted source for comprehensive coverage of today's most pressing events, delivered with accuracy, integrity, and insight.
The U.S. Federal Reserve has indicated it will reduce its key interest rate only once this year, despite a slowdown in inflation. We have Shelby reporting on this.
Earlier expectations suggested the central bank might cut borrowing costs 3 times by the end of 2024. However, according to new forecasts from Fed officials responsible for rate decisions, they now foresee just a single rate reduction. This updated outlook follows the Fed's decision to maintain interest rates at their current 23-year high, even as inflation showed a slight decrease. Inflation, which measures the rate of price increases, dropped to 3.3% for the year ending in May, down from 3.4% in the previous 12 months. However, there was no change in inflation between April and May, and it remains above the Fed's target of 2%. Jerome Powell, chair of the Federal Reserve, remarked that progress towards the inflation target has been modest and emphasized the need for consistently favorable inflation data before considering further rate cuts. Currently, U.S. interest rates are held within a range of 5.25% to 5.5%. Back to you, John.
Thanks for that update.
In-person collaboration is often touted as crucial for team cohesion and job satisfaction. However, the perceived benefits of more days spent in the office do not necessarily lead to greater connection among team members. We have Anthony reporting on this.
Many employers argue that mandatory in-office work fosters team bonding and a sense of belonging that remote work cannot replicate. Yet, data indicates that the number of days employees spend in the office has minimal impact on their sense of connection to the organization. According to a global survey of 1,115 employees conducted by London-based workplace insights firm Leesman, there is only a 1% difference in the reported level of connection between employees working 4 or 5 days a week in the office compared to those working 2 or 3 days on site. Interestingly, the latter group slightly edges out with 60% feeling connected compared to 59% among the former group. These findings challenge the assumption that more time in the office directly enhances team cohesion and organizational connection. They suggest that factors beyond physical presence may play a more significant role in fostering a strong sense of belonging and collaboration within teams. Back to you, Bella.
Thanks for that update.
Airports have criticized the government for abruptly reinstating the 100 ml limit on liquids and hand luggage over the past weekend. The Airport Operators Association, AOA, expressed frustration, citing the move as causing uncertainty and confusion among passengers, especially as the busiest travel period approaches. We have Jensen reporting on this.
Some regional airports had recently removed liquid restrictions after implementing advanced scanning technology. While major airports had not yet fully transitioned to these new rules, they were in the process of rolling out the necessary equipment. The Transport Secretary has characterized the return to the previous limits as temporary, but the duration of this measure remains uncertain. The government mandates all UK airports to upgrade to next-generation security systems, which include new scanners capable of producing 3D images. These scanners are designed to allow liquids up to 2 liters in laptops to remain in hand luggage during security screenings. Back to you, John.
Thanks for that update.
The U.S. has intensified its sanctions on Russia, including imposing stricter measures on banks involved with entities already under sanctions. We have Alana reporting on this.
This expansion builds upon a program initiated in December, targeting foreign banks deemed to support Russia's actions in Ukraine. Additionally, the U.S. has imposed sanctions on the Moscow Stock Exchange, leading to its suspension of trading in dollars and euros. Efforts have also been made to limit Russia's access to technology such as chips and software. In December, President Joe Biden signed an executive order imposing sanctions on banks dealing with approximately 1,200 individuals and companies linked to Russia's military operations. These measures exposed banks to the risk of being excluded from the U.S. financial system. The scope has now broadened to include about 4,500 entities. The U.S. has also announced intentions to combat gold laundering activities. Back to you, Bella.
Thanks for that update.
Thanks for tuning in to World in 5 for your daily dose of news and updates. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on breaking stories and insightful analysis.